Today on Clubhouse Gas, we're going on the offense. So warm up your hitting arm and join us. We're at McCluskey Middle School with head coach Bert Weller and the Lassiter Junior Trojans volleyball team, who will be demonstrating some basic offensive drills for young players. Bert, thanks so much for joining us today.
You're welcome, Shelly.
When working with young players, what offensive skills do you focus on mostly?
Well, in the beginning, we focus most of our attention on the footwork, what the lower part of the body is doing. We don't put as much emphasis on what happens with the arms or the ball. We get the footwork right, the rest of it will follow. So in this drill here, we're focusing on their approach and their timing to an attack. Right now they need to learn when to approach the volleyball. There's a lot of depth perception involved with volleyball, but the volleyball being up 8-9 feet in the air. The hardest part for them right now is to learn when to leave and when to jump for that ball. And what you'll find is that a lot of them are jumping under it or behind it. So what we're trying to do is get them used to setting high volleyballs and attacking from behind the ball. We want them to jump behind the ball, so when they leave for their attack is the most important thing right now. And when they leave, we want them to lead with a strong left. If they're a right-hand hitter, we want them to lead with the left. That's their biggest step. And the last two steps are just to kind of get that final adjustment behind the ball. We need them to land with their knees bent so they jump straight up behind the ball, and then they just swing with a strong follow-through. There
are so many variables in an approach. How do you break it down into teaching elements that they can understand?
Well, there's two schools of thought on that. One is to break down each part of the attack, which is the approach, the jump, and then what the arms do, the swing. And there's the other school which says do not break it down that way and teach them the skill all at once. I'm of the opinion I use a mix of both. I actually will break down parts of it, like the approach, and then I will put them up on a platform and just let them work on the upper body arm swing, and then we'll take it and we'll put it all together so they get a chance to try and tie it all three steps together.
With your smaller girls on the team that can't jump above the net, what do you do with them to teach them correct mechanics, knowing that they can't get above the net?
If they're hitting behind the ball, if their approach is behind the ball, if they choose not to jump, we're encouraging a strong wrist snap. If they hit the ball hard with a wrist snap, they'll actually spin the ball down, and a lot of times it will roll on the court, and that's an effective attack.
I see a few hitting with the fist, and then I see the majority hitting with an open hand. What is the proper technique that you teach when teaching hitting at this age?
Well, we try and encourage an open hand. We teach an open hand approach and tell them to save the fist for the beach. The open hand gives them a chance to move the ball around the court, and they can put topspin on the ball by hitting on top of the ball and rolling the hand over. So an open hand is what we believe is the proper way to hit a volleyball.
We see them walking over to the computer after they go through the drill. What's involved there in the practice?
Well, we are using Dartfish software, and we have it in a delay mode right now, which means that 10 seconds after they've made their attack, they can come around and take a look at what they just did. So normally we have a coach standing there to talk to them about what they saw.
When you're designing a practice, how do you decide what drills to use at this age group?
Well, I have three things that we must teach them at this level. One of them is the forearm pass. The second is to be able to pass that ball over their head like a setter. And the third is to be able to get a serve over the net. And without those three things, we really don't have a volleyball game. And we found that if we can master those three, the frustration level, and they're more than likely to stay involved with the sport longer if we can just get those things out of the way.
Great. Bert, thanks so much for your time today.
Oh, you're welcome.
We really appreciate the great drills you've shown us. And we will see you back here next time on a great edition of Clubhouse Gas.